Relaxing days like this are nice. Let's take it easy.
discovered anything. But things weren't looking good with Emily's master yesterday. We should check on things at the hotel first.
no longer in critical. My chemical analysis of a goo. I was able.
Elemental energy?
Hard to say. I had to use one of the newest tests developed unless you were abnormally sensitive to elemental energy. As for whether masters can.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. Did Tighnari come and
I received a message from him last night, but I haven't heard anything.
Oh, Paimon thought he might have excuse me? Is Miss Emilie here? Oh, perfect! Familiar faces! Traveler, Paimon, you're here too!
Kale. Ah, of course. Tighnari's and please, no need for formality.
Oh, did Tighnari send you here,
Yep. Master and the others went through decades anyway. Based on what they were, Master considered that possibility as well. But the name...
How is that possible?
It's starting to seem very...
Hey! Lucian!
It's Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Kirio came back?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel... It's locked?
There's no one here.
Lucian! 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 Come on! Emilie! Emilie!
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain, but...
No, that's not...
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone. He needs some space to calm down. Could one...
Of course.
Thank you both. Mr. Sylvain, we'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
Poor guy. He's like a shell of his former self. He may have made some bad decisions in life, but right now, Paimon can't help but feel sorry for him.
Good person or bad, the death of a loved one is all the moments he shared with his...
If Kirio really was...
Lucian can no longer speak. Traveler, I've got things...
Who would have thought? Yes, Miss Emilie, I heard you're in a...
Oh, I'm not actually a forensic. I did take a look.
Then, would you mind...
Of course, I appreciate your
We'll help too. And the windows are shut tight. Well, looks like we've invested.
So, did you find anything?
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
But, entering through the room...
No, his reaction to the loss of his...
Then, what could have happened last night? I know Sylvain is still in...
I agree. Also...
Mr. Sylvain, I need you to tell me everything you and your brother did...
After Kirio attacked Edgar, my brother and I were incredibly careful. we returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors. The only door we kept, but I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise. I woke up.
So, no movement from the room next door. No signs of a struggle at the...
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucien's pupils were dilated, and his skin was flushed. Very similar to Master's symptoms after the attack yesterday. There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's unlikely he was forced to ingest anything. The more plausible explanation is that he inhaled a substance without knowing it, and I'd say that substance was likely a goose.
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose won't kill you. And anyway, it would have been for just one night. No. Emilie, you ran your tests, didn't you? Go on. Tell everyone whether you found any poison.
No, I didn't find any common toxins.
See? A goose is harmless. The market response proved that years ago.
That may be true for most people, but not for everyone.
Master!
Edgar? You're up and about already?
Thanks to Emilie, I'm out of the woods for now. Sylvain, no matter how hard you may try to hide it, the truth will always come to light.
Edgar!
Even if we could keep it a secret for another 10 or 20 years, do you think Kyria would just let us be? No, he would never give up. Not if he's doing all of this for Yelena. That's Vijava's real name. Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru. She...
A Fatus?
The Fatui. Well,
Ah, so you've already...
Oh,
The August flower was created with the mutative and distorting power.
the Fatui, delusions.
Born of a delusion, August...
that's enough, Edgar. I'll take it from here. At first, Yelena didn't have any of...
So you decided...
Listen, unless...
It may be true there are no records of, but even if no one was acutely... that explains why the Fatui...
Ha! A goose...
So there's bad blood between...
What about Yelena's death?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to but before we could even put...
But if her globe...
Yeah, she could have just...
I thought about it for everything she did. One of the reasons that after arriving and found...
So she couldn't flee with...
If her true identity was the August flower, so in the...
So the wealth you...
Most likely. Before you... That's why Lucien and I were so...
Why is Kyria...
I don't think he knew his sister. Yelena always...
Then all we'll need to do is tell Kyria...
I'm not so sure. Even if he knew the truth, it's hard to put...
Very true.
Edgar!
Think about it, Sylvain. If we hadn't been so... If we hadn't in...
We were just trying to earn Lucien's...
3 people. Well, we can only wait until the academia sends some...
The hotel could... Although with...
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain... I'd just like... As for Sylvain, would you be willing to grant that...
Well, the man we grew to know...
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
Happened tonight?
Yeah, all we know is that he uses a goose to poison people, but we still have no idea if he targets...
That may be true. If we...
Master, no!
If Kyria learned, in other words, you are
Capture?
afraid? I'm spending the rest of my life. As for the...
I'll admit, it could work. Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel.
I still have some reservations.
I'll also keep watch.
Although, if Kyria noticed another person in the room...
You mean if he doesn't see a...
If that were to happen.
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
All right, we can figure out a plan.
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained.
What? He's the one who helped craft all the fragrances.
He taught my child how to make perfume.
He hasn't been convicted yet. Let's...
Oh, everyone on the street. Let's head back to the hotel and take a break.
Emily, Sheriff Xian wants to talk to you and the Traveler about our plans for the Night Watch.
Thank you, Kale. But first, here. I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. Why don't you have some?
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I'm okay.
Oh, it's not good to be so tense, especially when we've got a long night ahead of us. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I couldn't help but notice that something seems to be on your mind.
Was it that obvious?
You seem very preoccupied with Kyria's revenge. If there's anything you want to talk about, I'm happy to listen.
Oh,
Hey, Emily, Kale. Oh, are we interrupting something?
No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway. I've just been thinking. There was just a single when I accompanied Sylvain to his... Maybe Kyria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to experience the pain of losing a loved one before he completed his ultimate revenge.
So did he attack Edgar as a warning then? To scare Sylvain and Lucien?
Based on what we've heard about Kyria, that...
Losing his sister all those years ago. Whenever I get to thinking like... I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't think...
There's nothing wrong with the way you're feeling. In all my years of cleaning up crime scenes, some of them even try to stop me. Surround yourself. So while you do Sylvain and Lucien really does answering those questions require... I've witnessed, but generally speaking...
Once you're consumed by hatred...
You're right. But that also makes us perfect. I understand Kyria's decision.
Huh.
Emily, Traveler. Huh? Edgar.
Oh, it's you two. Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay?
A little exercise never hurt anyone. Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru.
We could do that for you, Master.
No need. I would imagine Sheriff
The Night Watch!
That's right. I've stationed some of my men around this. Exactly. After some discussion, and Emily's expertise is sure to come in handy.
Sounds perfectly reasonable.
Not a peep. Has Kiria given up on his revenge? Guess we'll... Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Perhaps Kyria's true... No, that can't be right. There must be something we're missing.
Maybe we just need to calm down. You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then. Oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Flowers... Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
Wait, what?
Hey, did you...
It was the older of the merchant brothers, right?
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain. Poor guy was murdered in cold blood.
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named Lucian, and now this.
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene. Please, no loitering.
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glimpse of the guy. What is going on?
Do you think it could be the work of an evil spirit? I mean, how do you get away with something like that with so many people watching?
Keep it moving, everyone. No loitering.
I suppose I'm next.
You don't know that. Kiria already attacked you once, and you survived. Perhaps he doesn't consider your crime to be worthy of death.
You were the only reason I managed to survive, Emilie. I never did thank you for that, did I?
Even if I wasn't there, Tainari was also in the vicinity. He would have been able to help.
Is that so? I suppose I'm a very fortunate person then. I have exceptional students, caring friends, and the respect of my peers. If it is indeed my time to go, then I'll die without regrets. But Kiria has nothing. Yelena is gone. Now his enemies are too. It really makes you wonder if there's even a reason to keep on living.
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kiria himself, once we finally catch him.
Well, I hope it all goes well. Emilie, there's something else I'd like to ask of you. With everything that's happened, holding the exhibition is off the table now. But so many flowers were transported here for the show, some of them thousands of miles away from their homeland. I can't let them wither away with no one to care for them. Whether Kiria gets to me first, or I'm sent back to Fontaine to stand trial, I won't be around to look after them. I know it's a lot to ask, but could I entrust them to your care?
Of course, Master.
Really? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Now I truly have nothing to worry about.
Sheriff Sham still has some questions for me, so I've gotta go.
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting. He can be quite impatient.
I'm sorry, Master.
Another all-nighter. Paimon sure hopes Emilie
Emily still isn't back. Yeah, that's
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. After listening to Emily, to be honest, I'm still...
The key clue was right in front of us the entire... Let's go. We'll show you where the...
I only have a basic idea of what.
So, you're...
This is it!
Glazed lily, huh? I think I've heard of it before.
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Emily, you're back!
Exactly as...
A flower that only blooms...
Exactly. That's why Kyria chose the...
If poured in... That doesn't... If applied to the... That doesn't... There's a stick... If you stick the petal... That doesn't sound...
That's right. That way the Auguste... However...
And Kyria could exit...
By the next morning, the...
Wait a second. And how did Edgar even survive?
That's because Auguste is just as...
You... That can't be right.
I wouldn't use the word... You can think of it this way.
all kinds of essential oil... That doesn't sound right. The incense that doesn't... In Fontaine... In Sumer...
All chemically produced essential oils.
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first...
yes.
In Sumeru, it's
Flowers were pretty important to the...
Actually, it's not a coincidence.
No wonder he probably used them, but in the end...
There's a saying among... But up until this point, but because he's been disguised as some...
The Mora spent to wreck it all points to one... Kyria and Ed... That doesn't sound...
But... Kyria was only in his teens. Edgar's lived here.
Bad news, Sheriff! Mr. Edgar was attacked!
What?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of his room, but before we could even react, do you think Kyria kidnapped him?
I need you to think very carefully about...
I mean...
It would seem Master decided to tap in...
What? But that's so deep.
But... What?
No. If his aim was to target
If he left Sylvain alive,
then...
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my partner immediately chased after them.
We should hurry before they're forced to confront each other.
Where in the world did he go? Let's ask the murder...
It's all right. Please, calm down and take a deep breath.
How could... This is terrifying.
It's all right. I can detect... It's this way. Please, follow me. scent is getting stronger. This must be the place.
Coming at ya! Here! Ha!
Come on out. Show them. Emerge.
For you.
Oh! Are you all right? Were you attacked?
No.
Let me take a look.
The air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but for some reason,
Everything looks all right. It was probably...
I can't rest. He's a good man.
O's, you need to...
But how is that possible? I thought you said Kiria was in his 30s. Mr. Edgar is 70-something. Changing your appearance to look decades older...
That's precisely why he had to... Kiria used a...
No.
And what if the I've yet to confirm it, but I suspect Kiria killed the real Edgar Infant while Edgar was in... The new Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous... And Sumeru, as the years went by, he removed his disguise...
That explains why he aged himself.
I need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not...
What you really need...
No,
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, no matter how slight, should not be treated lightly. I know how to relieve your symptoms, Mr. Ooze. Please come with me and rest. I'm sure Kiria... No, Edgar wouldn't want any more innocent people implicated in all this.
Kale's right. The Traveler and I will take things from here. From our brief exposure to a goose, it would seem the substance has little effect on us. This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision or capable of wielding elemental power are more resistant to the effects of abnormal elemental energy. In other words, this environment doesn't pose as much of a risk to us. Actually, now that I think about it, this stronghold likely has multiple points of entry. If the target were to escape from a different point of entry, that might allow him to evade capture. I hate to trouble...
Thanks. Hear that?
Traveler, I'm up for someone who's only...
Don't worry. This isn't the... We're not going to let... Monsters. Perhaps they were attracted here by the increased level of elemental energy.
Jumpy, jumpy, go! Ah!
Right now, right here, emerge.
Everyone hold hands!
I've never seen these seeds before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff.
ตะกร้าเลยส่งฟรี
ส่งฟรีนะชอบไหมล่ะคะคูปอง
This again, the loss will have to come out of his food expenses.
Illusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff.
Whoa, look at all the Agus. There are so many of them.
I fear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon.
What? He only needed a few
Perhaps hatred, what, not long ago? He told me he didn't want, but Kyria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire for someone with nowhere to call home. Yeah. A little ambiance.
I see everything.
Fine, go!
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end. The scent of flowers.
Did they get catch up. No, my strength is just waning. But it doesn't matter. This is far.
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all those... Yelena? Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but the reason why you continued to use the delusion, the reason why you set your garden, I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. The flowers were gone. And so were you. I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have come looking for you earlier. I should have died with you that day. Yelena? Yelena! No! Don't leave me! Please! Yelena!
Emilie? I'm alive. No, that's not possible. I saw her. Yelena. We were together.
That was an illusion, likely brought about by the residual toxin in your body coupled with the pollen in the air, neither of which are fatal.
No. The amount of Auguste I drank, it should have been enough. A fake? But how?
We started making the preparations last night with one goal in mind: to create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making,
the product in its most primitive form. Ambergris mixed with cedarwood, rounded out with a base note of agarwood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind. That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear a goose to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind. Our competitor already got their hands on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
This fragrance will be one of a kind, no more. Myths can be deconstructed, miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience. The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emilie?
I got it.
Did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Yes.
How to delete Facebook
Master.
account on iPhone or Android. Welcome to another Facebook tutorial video. In this video, I'm going to
You
show you how to
switched
easily
the
delete
bottles
your
of
Facebook.
Auguste, and then lied to me about Sylvain's death.
Convincing you that your revenge had been completed was the easiest way to get you to let down your guard.
Impossible if Auguste...
It was a combination of, but recently...
Rainbow Rose...
Auguste was created a perfumery to the mythos surrounding...
The past.
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always... But the meaning you assigned to Auguste, you believed in its divinity. Your obsession with...
We just didn't expect it to happen so fast.
Well, you hit the nail on the head now, didn't you? So, Sylvain isn't dead. Since you've been preparing your accord since last night, I assume you've also figured out my method, then. That means the news of Sylvain's death. The crowd gathered outside the hotel this morning. It was all an act you put on with the sheriff?
Yes. If we hadn't, you might have resorted to the delusion out of desperation, or continued to use your Spirit Borneal and Auguste combination to wreak havoc.
Who knows? Maybe I would have just offed myself then and there.
I know if you had things your way, you would carry the truth of Edgar's demise and the secrets of this garden to the grave, but I'm sorry, Master. I don't want to see any more death. Sylvain only inhaled a small amount of poison. He's being detained as we speak. All the crimes he concealed back then will be exposed in a court of law for everyone to see, and all his secrets will be revealed. The same goes for you as well.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I'll be spending the rest of my days in a prison cell then.
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
I don't feel the need to justify my actions, nor do I intend to repent for them. I did what I set out to do. I may have lost in the end, but it was my choice every step of the way. And if I could do it all over again... But there's no going back, is there?
Careful, everyone. This environment is dangerous. I'll lead the way.
Stick close and hurry up. You can't let Edgar die.
Looks like I'm almost out of time. Although, I do have one final question, Emilie.
Of course, Master.
The combination you used to make your accord. How did you figure it out?
The scent of Auguste is complex and varied, yet the main ingredient consists of a single variety of flower. So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking, what if the scent of the Auguste flower was already imbued with that complexity during its cultivation?
You're saying Yelena designed Auguste to have the scent of multiple flowers.
Rainbow roses, but if you
Rainbow roses, Yelena.
Did you know? Miss Emilie... right.
Seems like everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume.
I was hoping to release. I just hope it won't become this. I did. Also,
Of course!
besides, when it comes to.
Right! Do those flowers have a language of flowers?
What each flower. After returning to Fontaine, I did some research. Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena.
You think Kyria knew about?
I paid him a visit. Who knows? Yelena is gone. Even if that avenging her death, Kyria cultivated his revenge. In any case, thank you for saving my life. Love and hatred are when someone dies, but even if it's only a conjecture, the meaning we give, and yet at the very.
Add Astro. Thank you for completing.